So we should start. So basically, this session is based on the developer's guide, like how do you get into yourself into Salesforce development. And as far as I am concerned, I am working as a Salesforce developer in Spinity and Technologies, a software house based out of USA, and also working in Pakistan, India, Singapore, and Dubai, and Canada as well. So we'll get back to that later. And for now, we should get into what is Salesforce basically is. So as you can see on our screen, that Salesforce is basically a global web-based software and a cloud computing company that is best known for its CRM products. And it was basically founded in 1999, and an executive of Oracle, Mark Benioff, and Parag Hanners, they who specialize in SaaS services, used to handle it. And these are basically the thing that you can also find on Wikipedia as well. You don't need to look at it here. We'll get into the basic information first. Like Salesforce consultants are there in the market who help the organization to basically swiftly complete their processes and maximize their customer entertainment. And Salesforce CRM integrations are the things that the partner help the business to accelerate their process, and they also help them to eliminate the errors that they are facing in their CRM things like the managing customers and all. And as far as Salesforce development and deployment are concerned, they basically take place in an environment or org that is basically provided by Salesforce. Environment or org you must have been familiar if you are working or you have just started in Salesforce. It is the basically each and everything that you work with in the Salesforce with. There are multiple groups in Salesforce. There are developer groups and all different types of groups where you can communicate with the community, or you can post your queries, you can get your answers. So it's a very nice thing to go. And after that, we are having a very multiple types of things in Salesforce, and each and everything is can be customized as per your requirements. And it is basically a highly customizable software, which is based on some boundaries, but it can be customized as per your requirement. And if someone says you that they are basically developing or they are Salesforce app developers, so you can say that they must be using Salesforce for the developing too. So just a minute, I'm getting some questions here. Let me cater them too. And nothing for me. Okay. So there's something a developer might do, like they might customize the Salesforce environment to customize for their client, and they might integrate with other systems. They might work on mobile or website applications. They might develop apps, make their lives easy for Salesforce, and there are multiple developers working as a Salesforce developer, and they were previously working in some other domain. They switched to Salesforce. They found it easier to make others' life easier. And as far as the app cloud is concerned, it lets you build app fast and connect to the employees, engage customers, and integrate and connect everything to everyone. Basically, connecting the world. So we'll get to how I got into Salesforce. Basically, I started my journey of learning Salesforce when I studied cloud computing in my university. I heard about Salesforce. I didn't have any knowledge about it yet then, but when my one of my teachers who told me about cloud computing and all, I got interested in this Salesforce. But I didn't knew much about it, and then knew the market about it. So further on, it got left behind, and then I started searching for my job. And by chance, I got my job in got a job as the Oracle CX developer. So while working as CX developer, I also heard about there was an opportunity in my company for Salesforce as well. So then I was suggested by a co-worker to switch into Salesforce. It has a very booming market nowadays, and it has been working since 1999. And many people are giving back to the community as well here, so you can learn easily, and it has a very large base here. So that's why I switched to Salesforce, and it has been almost 1 year, more than 1 year that I have been working as a Salesforce developer. And as far as my certifications are concerned, I have completed two certifications successfully. The first one that I did was an Omni Studio developer, and the second one that I did was an administration. And currently I am working for platform developer one that I'll be attempting soon. So now we will talk to how to become a Salesforce developer. Some people think that you might have a knowledge about development prior to getting to Salesforce, and I don't think so. It is a necessary part. You must have a little bit of knowledge or you must have a little bit of logic building skills. If you're good at maths, you can do so. So if you are like a college student or you are regardless of anything, you can get into Salesforce. There are much things that you can be helped by, like you can go onto YouTube and search for anything like that you want to learn. And so same is for Salesforce. You can go and learn basically the basics of the logic building, and then you can get into any development. And the thing that I learned first in my university, that was basically the Java and C++, that helped me getting Salesforce to me as an easy thing. Because when Salesforce Apex is concerned, it is almost similar to something like that we used to do in Java and things. So for you to become a Salesforce developer, you must get your hands on basically the. I think I would suggest Java, and you can then get into Salesforce. So it will be much easier for you to get a things here. So the most asked question is, where should we learn Salesforce? So there is a major thing that is trailhead that you should focus on, and most of the people do not go there. They go to YouTube and something like that, or they find the trailhead as lengthy thing, so they do not go to it. They find some teachers and all. You have to make sure that you learn it on your own self. If you get yourself multiple teachers, I would say if you get tens of teachers to teach you Salesforce and you do not do it on your own, then there's nothing in the world that can help you teach and get into Salesforce. So yeah, you should go and search for Trailhead and do your particular thing. Like here, if you want to get in development, you should go to the trail mix that is specified for platform developer, and then you should first complete it. It is a full guided path, like how to get your journey into a Salesforce developer. So now the most other most asked question is how we should get certified and where we should get certified. So to get certified as a Salesforce developer, it is also mentioned in the trailhead, like where you should get certified and the point that you should do before you get certified. Like certification is not a necessary part for you to get a job or land a job in Salesforce or as a Salesforce developer. You can get a job without getting a certification as well. But the certification always certifies that you know that particular work that you are applying for. So it's always good to get yourself certified first. So for that reason, there is a one thing that is known as web assessor that basically helps you to register yourself as a Salesforce developer or register yourself in the particular certification that you are wanting to do, and you can get certified yourself there. And it basically links back to the trailhead also, so you can to link it there, so other folks in the community can see that what certification you have done, and you can basically link it with LinkedIn also. So these things basically connect. When you connect all the dots, you can see like where things are going, and these things also help you in getting a job in a Salesforce or a Salesforce developer and becoming and helps you to become a Salesforce developer as well. So moving towards the tips, there are some tips that I would like to give. This is basically the first one is the focus and consistency. You shift focus and on each and everything that you want to learn basically in life. So narrowing down to the Salesforce, you must focus on Salesforce and you must be consistent in learning Salesforce. There are people I have known that that only focus and they do not have consistency in their life. They do something or they learn something for a while and they leave it and they go ahead and they come back towards and they say that we aren't learning something. It's not easy for us to learn Salesforce and like things like that. So I always suggest them to like give 1 to 2 hours daily and and learn each and everything that they're wanting to learn with full focus. So consistency and focus are the major two things that you must know to consider in your life when you were learning something. The second thing that most of the developers lack is they think that if they want to become a developer, they do not want to get themselves as a, they do not learn the Salesforce administration skills basically. That's why they lack in the other fields. They are really good at the backend development, but they do not connect with the front end, like the administration stuff, the configuration stuff. As you all know, that Salesforce is basically a low code, no code type of thing. That is basically that basically gives a structure of 75% that is based on the configuration itself, and that comes under the Salesforce administration stuff, and almost approximately 25% of things are based on the development. Do not quote me on that. That's a vague figure, but there are something like that. So you must focus on the Salesforce administration skill as well. Like a good Salesforce developer must know how to configure the administration stuff, and each and every automation, these thing also comes under the self of administration as well. So the thing that I previously said, that take trailer seriously. People leave Trailhead and they jump on their to the certification, and they want to get themselves certified. There are things that people also go in their lives, like searching for shortcuts, like to get themselves something, or like dumps that are very much, I would say, they damage your career. Like they get yourself certified, but you are not in the particular shape to present yourself as a certified developer or something. So do not get yourself into that. So the next step, and don't hesitate to ask. It's basically very important. I have seen most of the people, they do not type their queries on the Trailblazer community. They do not ask their question to their colleagues, and they go on their queries by their own self by searching. It's always good to ask the queries. There are there and don't, it's not for yourself only. It might help others who must be facing these similar queries in they must be facing similar queries in future, and they might get help from your one. So please ask your queries and let people answer them for you. And the most important thing that I have always worked on, like while preparing for any certification, I get myself registered for the certification first. Because when you get yourself into something, like you get yourself registered, it gives you motivation to learn and learn as fast as you can. As you have basically you have set up the date that you are this is your point, that when you are ready to go somewhere and you want to reach somewhere, then you have to set up a point or a checkpoint that I would like to get there on that date. I would prefer to get certified on that particular date. So it's a very important thing to do. And if you get yourself certified, you get motivated, and when you the motivation is in, then you learn really fast. Okay, so that was it by my side. And if there's anything that you people would like to ask, so I'm glad to answer. So Shekhar Khan is asking, like if he focuses on flow, it will be helpful for him or not. So I would suggest you to focus on each and every process like automation thing, not only flow. Each and everything would help you in Salesforce development. And Mohammad Saad Siddiqui is asking, like how to learn and develop a product on Salesforce. So for that purpose, you must learn how to develop things in Salesforce. And if you learn how to develop a thing in Salesforce, then you can develop anything, any solution to a problem, and you can post it on the marketplace, and you are good to go. Your product is up. And uh, Raja Tisham Akbar is asking, like how Park Gaming is facilitating platform. So Park Gaming is basically a firm that it's a community basically. It connects you with multiple folks in the community. Now it's your thing, like how you approach them and you get yourself a job. Multiple questions. Aditya, there, how is app developer career in Salesforce different from other app development platform career? So basically, Salesforce consists of multiple things. There are multiple different paths that you can follow. App development is one of the paths. and it's a really nice path. But there are something that you might not get in other things like the governor limits here. But there are some pros and cons for every each and everything present in the market. So you might look for that. Ria Bansal is asking where we can get the freelancer projects. So you can get it anywhere like Fiverr, Upwork, and all the freelancing sites. There is no boundary like where you can get the Salesforce or the development projects. Mohammed Kaisa, as a Salesforce beginner, how much average time to take learn to enter industry? It basically so Kessel it basically depends upon you, like how much of a fast learner you are. You can get into this industry by just learning about a week or maximum about a month. It's not that difficult to get into Salesforce industry. It's a very easy thing. You can first explore the admin side, then you can get into development if you find it hard. What are the prospects for finance professional who want to make a career switch? Where should they start from? So, Halima Sadia, your question is very interesting. I have seen many people switching from the business background towards Salesforce. So it not of that easy, not that difficult of a task. So you can switch. There are multiple things that you can facilitate also, like financial cloud and things like that. That might interest you as well. How is a developer career in Salesforce different from a developer career? So there are not much differences as well, and I have explained it earlier. Like there are some boundaries at a certain Salesforce, and nothing other than that. And other development career, like in custom development, you do not have any boundaries, and if you come from that background, then you might find it some type of like limiting to yourself. And whether what is the max time in which we have to get its first certification, especially when we are beginner. So, Ahmed, it's not necessary to get yourself certified to land a job. It basically depends upon you when you want to yourself get certified, or basically it depends on the company that you are working in or the project requirement. That if the project requires you to get certified, so it's basically like that. Any more questions, guys? I'm not seeing anything. I would be really happy to answer anything that you want to ask. Sid Raj is asking which certification should we do first. So I would suggest you to go for Salesforce administration first, and then you should go for Salesforce platform developer one. Aditya, I didn't get your question. Like, what resources are you considering? Case studies. You might get the case studies for like if you are asking about the tasks, like example sample tasks that you can easily get them on the web. You can search for them. They are readily available everywhere. Aditya, like hands-on, you can get basically in the trailhead as well. The trail mixes that you should follow, that it will give you a clear picture like where you should get started. I am sharing a one link also. I'll reply to your comment as well, to link to the Salesforce trail mix for platform developer one. You can get like somewhat of hand on there as well. So, Aditya, as far as work from home or remote based thing is considered, it has gone after the COVID thing. Multiple things have turned work from home or remote. So yeah, you can also work from home as well in Salesforce. You do not basically want to. It's good if you get yourself into Salesforce company, basically, but you can work in other multiple software houses that work as a Salesforce partner and things like that. And each and every software house in Pakistan, as far as I know, they are facilitating you with the work from home facility as well. So that's not a big deal.